Hi everyone. In our professional practice lab 3, today our topic multi-point fuel injection system. Before starting the multi-point fuel injection system, we have to know about gasoline injection system. Before multi-point fuel injection system, we are also know carburation system are held that time. In a carburetor engine, the uniformity of mixture strength is difficult to realize in each cylinder of a multi-cylinder engine. So the various cylinders receive the air gasoline mixture in varying the quantity and richness. So the maldistribution can be solved by the port injection system by having the some amount of gasoline injected at each intake manifold. Therefore, there is a urgent need to develop injection system for gasoline engine. By adopting gasoline injection, each cylinder can get the same richness of the air gasoline mixture and avoid the malfunctioning to a great extent. Some recent automotive engines are equipped with gasoline injection system instead of carburation for one or more following reason. First, to have uniform distribution of fuel in the multi-cylinder engine. Second, to improve the breathing capacity, that means to increase the volumetric efficiency. Third, to eliminate the detonation. And the last one, to prevent the fuel loss during scavenging process of the engines. Now, in the gasoline injection system, basically classified by two types. One is GDI, that is gasoline direct injection system, and second is Mpfi, that is multi-point fuel or multi-port fuel injection system. Now going to multi-point fuel injection system. What is multi-point fuel injection system? The Mpfi, that is multi-point fuel injection system, is a system which uses a small computer to control the car engine. A car engine has 3 or more cylinder or burning zone, and one fuel injector is installed near each cylinder. Hence, the system is called multi-point fuel injection system. In this case, fuel delivery in the engine is through one or more injector. This amount of fuel going to the engine is controlled by an ECU depending upon engine speed and load. Fuel delivery is not continuously variable function but a discrete function, and ECU calculate the optimum fuel quantity required for any speed and load condition of engine. Now, the ignition system of gasoline injection engine, that means petrol injection engine, consists of ignition coil with building switch and spark plug. Timing is controlled by ECU. So this system mentions the optimum ignition energy level for a good spark in both low and high speed of the engine. So here is the no CV point or distributor cap are needed. Now, the component of Mpfi engine. Basically, there are some having component of Mpfi engine. One is air intake system, second fuel delivery system, third electronic control system, and fourth emission control system. Now, the air intake system, it including air filter, throttle body, intake manifold, and finally drawn into combustion chamber. So this is the process for this is the intake process system. Now, throttle body. Now, throttle body is a unit. Is a unit which consists a throttle valve and some sensor are mounted there, which is called TP sensor, that is called throttle body sensor, which is detected the throttle valve opening, and ideal air control valve, which is supply bypass air depending upon the engine condition. So this is called ISCV valve. Now, fuel delivery system, this is also including fuel pump, fuel filter, and injector. Fuel pump, ECM control is operate and centrifugal pump, that is called centrifugal pump, is used to pump the fuel. This is also has a check valve to keep some distance. So is it necessary to build the pressure? Now fuel pressure is almost, we are having 2.9 kg or more than. Injector, each cylinder have one injector, so it injected the fuel into the inlet manifold according to their signal from ECU. So this is the injector. It is basically the actuator, you may call it the actuator device. Electronic control system, that is ECU. The electronic control system consists of various sensors which detect the state of engine and driving condition. Fuel injection control system, in which ECM control the timing of fuel according to their engine speed and load condition. Ideal speed control system, when engine is ideal position, so that time the ideal ISCV valve are open that time, so it keep the engine speed in ideal position. Now fuel pump control system, ECM control the operation of fuel pump, ignition and also control by ECM. ECM judge the engine condition by using the signal, and various sensors select the suitable ignition timing. Control of system include ignition timing at engine start, ignition timing after engine start. So those are the criteria to operate the ECM to actuate the ignition system. Now the type of Mpfi system. Basically Mpfi system are two types. Now before explaining the type, first of all, it is the what is the purpose. Actually the main purpose of Mpfi system is to supply the proper ratio of gasoline and air to the cylinder. So under the basis of arrangement there are two types, one is port fuel injection and second is throttle body injection. And another type of, that means the process control of Mpfi, as per process control, Mpfi system are three types. One is simultaneous Mpfi, that is simultaneous. Second is sequential injection, that is called sequential injection, and third is group injection. So simultaneous and sequential and group, they are the process of injection system are different. Simultaneous together in all the cylinder, so that means it injects simultaneously. Sequential, it is, that means that is direct injected into the individual cylinder against their power stroke. That means it is one by one injected. And group injection, that means the two injector injected at a time. That means that is called group injection. It's basically used in V engine. Now the port injection. In the port injection arrangement, the injector is placed on the side of the intake manifold near the intake port. The injector spray the gasoline into the air, and inside the intake manifold this mixture passes through the intake valve and enter to the cylinder. So that is called port injection. So this is the fuel, that is the common rail device. Okay, there is fuel line, it's common rail high pressure fuel line. Now it's called common rail. Number 2 is air, that means air is entered through the manifold. When is throttle open, the air is, as per the control of throttle, actually the throttle is controlled the air mass, the air volume, and this is the injector. Those are the injector which is placed to the port. Okay. Now second is throttle body injection. This throttle body is similar to the carburetor throttle body. So basically it is similar for the carburetor throttle body. The carburetor system what is similar to the carburetor system. The amount of air is entered the intake manifold, which controlled by throttle valve. As throttle body injection, this throttle body is similar to the carburetor throttle body. The amount of air is entered the intake manifold, which controlled by the throttle valve. So here is the picture. This is the inlet manifold and this is the throttle valve, and the fuel, that means the injector, are placed here, and this is the manifold, intake manifold. So an injector is placed slightly above to the throttle in the throttle body. So this picture is shown. The injector spray in the intake manifold, which is mixed with fresh air. So when the injector is spray and it is mixed with fresh air and entered to the port. This mixture passed through the throttle valve and entered to the cylinder. So is entered through port and entered to the cylinder through port. Now here is the picture. One is throttle body injection. So it is this picture. This one is the throttle body injection system. So here is the picture. Throttle. Here is the injector which is placed here. And throttle body is here. So, and another picture is port injection, which is placed to the port. And position of the process of a injection system, there are 3 types. We already previous slide we already discussed. So now I am also explaining, that is called simultaneous Mpfi, Second is the group sequential, that is group injection, that is group sequential injection, and third is the sequential Mpfi. So simultaneously, that is the injector is injected simultaneously to the intake manifold. In group sequential, that is the two injector as injected at a time in a sequential manner, and sequential Mpfi, the direct injection is individual cylinder against the power stroke. So this is the one by one injection. Now the advantage of Mpfi system. The advantage of Mpfi systems, basically one is to improve combustion. So that means optimum fuel quantity and spark timing is calculated by ECU for any operating condition. That means the better fuel automation. Second is to improve the fuel distribution. That means fuel is mixed inside the manifold as per their speed and load condition. The quantity of fuel is mixed. Third is decrease emission level. That means petrol injected engine has a low emission because the air and fuel ratio is controlled by stoichiometric using lambda sensor. So if it is maintained the stoichiometric ratio, so that's why the proper burning are there, so as well as emission are also decrease, and also improve cold drivability. And enhance airflow. That means better volumetric efficiency. And last of all, comfortable smooth driving. That means output, that is engine output is too high, is acceleration response is high, and also better cold start. Now electronic injection system. Now modern gasoline engine system use engine sensor and computer and also solenoid operated fuel injector to meter and inject the right amount of fuel into the engine cylinder. Those systems called electronic fuel injection system some component of are having in electronic injection systems. There are basically we are divided to two segments. One is the electronic part, second is the mechanical part. The electronic part, that is computer, that means ECM, logic, that is logic device. That means the electronic control unit which is received the electrical signal in the form of current or voltage from various sensors And second is the sensor, that is also the this is also the input device with the input data to the computer, that is the some input are needed. So there are some sensor which are gathering some inputs. And third is the actuator, that is the output device which is controlled by the computer, that means controlled by the ECM. That is, actuator means some after receiving the sensor input, some output are, that means some work done are there, that is called actuator. Then another part is mechanical part, that is the fuel tank, fuel pump, fuel filter line, injectors, fuel rail, pressure regulator. Now this is the engine management system. So before starting the engine management system, we have also know some advantage of electronic injection system. First of all, to improve the volumetric efficiency. Second, the automation of fuel is independent of crank speed, and therefore starting will be easier. Better automation and vaporization will make the engine less knock. Variation of air-fuel ratio is almost negligible. And some disadvantage are there. One is the high maintenance cost. Second, you may also call difficult to service. Possibility to manufacturing of some sensors also. Now going to engine management system.